You are listening to Serving Up the D, a post Detroit Lions draft review, Mr. Radio Guy. What's going on, Gary?
Not much, Wes.
Yeah?
Not in a great
Thoughts?
mood.
Thoughts? I'll let you go first. Thoughts?
I'm not
No?
happy.
You didn't want them to take a running back at number 12?
No,
No?
Wes. With all the draft capital, the prohibitive favorite to win the NFC North really had a chance to bolster this roster, make themselves serious playoff contenders, possibly, dare I say, Super Bowl contenders. Then Brad Holmes goes out and drafts like he's one or two players away. We made the playoffs last year, which last time I checked we did not. We had a top 5 offense in scoring efficiency and scoring
Stat guy.
last year, and we waste 2 of our 3 top 34 picks, on offensive players. Like, we have the luxury to do that when our defense was historically bad for the first 7 games of last year. Granted, the defense rallied and came on, played top 15, top 10 defense. What the hell was that? But I just remember that Carolina game where we needed to win to stay in the playoff hunt, and we gave up like 9 or 10, 11, 12 plays of 30 yards or more on carries to the likes of Chuba Hubbard and Raheem
Hey, don't
Blackshear.
knock Chuba.
And we don't address the interior defensive line
Not until later on.
till later on.
Hey, he's gonna.
With some guy we never heard
He's
of.
gonna play. Broderick. He's
Well,
gonna
he has
be
to.
in the rotation. I think, and Campbell
You
will help
could
with
be
the
in the
run as
rotation
well.
at this
I don't dislike. Okay, the first night I was pissed.
Well, let's
All
get
right,
into
the first night, when they
let's get into the draft story.
6, I wanted Carter. I would have taken Carter, and that's what this whole draft will come down to. If Carter ends up being stud galore and the Lions don't go out and win 12 games and win the playoff games that we all want to see, because we all want that. As Lions fans, we all want playoff wins. So I hated it at first. I still don't like the running back thing. I don't care, and I don't want to hear from Lions. He's a weapon. Or the reciting of what Holmes said at the podium post game, like they all knew that was what was going to happen. It's a joke. Lions fans can sometimes just fucking sit and spin. Anyways, back to it. Running back.
Sometimes.
I understand why they took the running back, and I get that it will work. I'm almost positive it's going to work. He's going to help this team offensively.
Sure.
The problem with
of course, he's a good
we
player.
need to stop the run. We need help. I get it. There's still free agents they can go get. There's things they can do.
It's just set up
But
so
when
perfectly
Carolina
for them
goes
to
out there, and
take
I
a
think
run
they're still
stopper.
rushing for yards today, and I get it, Campbell will help that. So I understand that pick too. Like I understand what they did in the whole draft except one pick, and we'll get to that later. The one pick that I don't understand, I'm sure Lions fans will all have boners about it the second he throws a TD and Goff throws an interception, but we'll get to that in a couple minutes. The first 2 picks, I understand what Holmes is doing because he made that. Those guys will play. They will play right away, which they should. First round picks should play.
4 of the top 5 will.
So
4 of the top 5 will.
I understand what he's doing. Do I like a running back? No. Because do I want to pay him in 4 years? No. So run him into the ground, pound the shit out of him, get as much as you can out of him until then. If it's successful and it works and Jalen Carter ends up being a bust, I look stupid. Like I think that they could have took Carter, but they didn't. But it's neither here nor there. Now it's done.
It's just set up perfectly for them. Young and Stroud go 1-2, which Stroud did not fall like people predicted. Houston throws a wrench in everything by trading
up. Like I brought
Arizona.
that scenario up for us last week, trying to get them to trade up to move back for a quarterback. They just did it higher than us.
And they get Will Anderson and their quarterback, so
they
good for them.
A lot of
Perfect
teams
draft
up
for them.
by moving up.
Fucked it up for us, kind of, in a
and then
degree.
Seattle
To a
screwed the
degree,
draft,
but you also
for the
hear
Lions.
Holmes say that they debated taking Gibbs at 6.
No.
Which
If they took Gibbs at 6,
thank God
the
they did,
city would be on
because
fire.
Yeah.
Even the Lions fans who have
Would it?
somehow acted
Would
like
it?
they knew everything about Gibbs and they knew he was going to be the perfect spot in Detroit, which was complete bullshit. Everybody knows who he is, obviously. Did everybody think he was going to come to Detroit? Fuck no. Will he be a good player in Detroit? Probably. Will he score touchdowns? Yes. It's not about the player, it's about the pick.
Off
It's
the
about
value
it's about the
pick.
value of the pick, and I'll never let that go. And if Carter, like I said, if Carter goes on to be this fucking 7-time Pro Bowl All Pro, I'm never gonna let it go.
Like I was saying,
but if he flops, he
it
flops.
just it just set up perfectly. It's set up perfectly. Seattle takes Witherspoon at 5. Colts took AR-15 at 4, which I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but okay. Thank you. Thank you for not letting the Lions have to wrestle with that dilemma. Then the Seattle takes Witherspoon at 5. So we're sitting there. We have our choice of Carter, Tyree Wilson. I almost texted you and said maybe we should trade back and see what happens. I didn't, but then they did. They trade back.
I think a lot of teams didn't value a lot of these players, and it showed in the draft where it was like everybody was falling. Players that everybody thought were going to be top. This goes back to those how bad mocks are.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody thought some of these players were going to be. Look at the tight end from Notre Dame. Like everybody had him going right away, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's like
18. A lot of mocks had him at 18.
Exactly.
But
it's again, I don't hate the picks. I don't hate it because I think they're both going. I think Campbell and Gibbs will help the Lions win this coming season. So now, if you would like, we can move on to the pick that I don't like. In the entire draft, the one pick I don't understand why the Lions did it. Oh, but he's first round graded talent. Is he? Or was he just that this year? Hendon Hooker, I think, is an okay quarterback. Is he better than Goff? I don't think so. And why are we so quick to throw Goff in the garbage? Okay, put it this way. If Goff stinks, the Lions stink. Regardless of whether they have Hendon Hooker or not. Hendon Hooker isn't going to even probably play this year. Okay, he's already, 48 years old? So, my thing is, why draft him? Why use that capital to draft a guy who isn't going to play this year and help out at all because of the injury? So now he has to sit behind Goff. So if Goff bombs, the Lions bomb. I think we both agree on that, right? So He bombs. Hooker's not going to help out at all. So what? We don't pay Goff. You think that the Lions are going to roll into next year with Hendon Hooker as their starting quarterback? Not a fucking chance. They will go out, and if they bomb, they might take a quarterback high in the draft. So then that pick was completely wasted on Hendon Hooker. Or they're going to go out and look for a guy who's more proven that can win them games now because this team is built to win now, especially with those 2 first-round picks. Especially with the number 12 pick. They did not pick a running back number 12 or a weapon, as Lions fans would say. They did not pick him number 12 to win in 3 years. They picked him now to win right now. That's why Goff is the guy. If I hear a Lions fan at one time bring in Hendon Hooker, Goff stinks, he can't throw the ball 30 yards. Oh, he threw 1 interception. You think Hendon Hooker's coming in and he's lighting it up? Dream on. It's not happening. He may never start a game for the Lions outside of a preseason game.
Oh, I hope he doesn't.
I don't think he will. Why are we... Goff has played outstanding for the Lions. Why are we just like, we got to replace him? It's like every 3 weeks, there's this new narrative that Goff needs to go. Without Goff, the Lions win 3 games.
I would have rather taken Levis at 18 at that point than taking Hendon Hooker at 71 or whatever we took him in.
Even if they take Levis... He's not going to come in and light it up. None of these guys are going to come in day one and light it up. Maybe
I'm just saying,
maybe CJ Stroud, maybe.
If you're drafting your quarterback of the future, I'd rather take. I think Levis had a higher upside.
Yeah, I think so. But
I do. I think Hooker's a bust.
Okay, I'm not going to go that far, but I think he might have. He might.
You're talking about a
but
guy.
I just don't think he fits here.
He's 25 years old. He's as old as most quarterbacks in the league that are on their second contract already. He was a system guy at Tennessee. Looked to the sideline. What play we running? Okay, who am I throwing it to? Am I 1 or 2 read system that we're running here? I don't like it. I don't. I don't think he's the guy.
I don't know. He's not definitely. I don't think he's the guy here.
He's not obviously not the guy. He's Jared
Like
Goff
I said,
is the guy.
without Goff, this team wins 3 games maybe. Like, we know, I think any intelligent fan knows that. If Hendon Hooker has to play football for this team, it means they're bad, which means it didn't work. So,
yeah, I want to circle
they
back.
didn't take 12 Gibbs to draft Hendon Hooker for him to play.
I want to circle back to Gibbs for a minute. He had better be Alvin Kamara or Christian McCaffrey, that what they're comping him to, because you just don't take a running back that high. They could have gotten the same type of guy with the same type of impact later in the draft. Let me give you some comps for who I would have taken, who went in the 3rd round. Kendre Miller from TCU. 224 carries last year, 1,400 yards, 6.2
Different type of back, though. And that's what Lions. I'm going with what Lions fans are going to say. They're a different type of back.
One's 5'11", one's 215,
no,
one's
I know,
5'9",
they're going to be
200.
Gibbs is the weapon. You can play him in the slot. You can move him around. Blah, blah, blah. That's what you're going to get. I'm just giving you what you're going to hear when you bring up Miller and you try and compare him to
I don't
Gibbs.
care.
I'm just saying. That's what Lions fans will tell you, is that he's not a running back. He's a weapon. Keep going.
He's a running back. I'll give you the fact that he had a lot more. Gibbs did have a lot more catches, 44 catches for 444 yards, 10.1 yards per average catch. Miller only had 16, but he proved that he could do it. I just think for the value of the pick, you could have gotten Kendre Miller in the 3rd round at pick 71 instead of taking Gibbs at 12.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense.
Basically what Holmes & Co. did is tell us that it's win now, and they have to win now. As far as I'm concerned, by making that pick, they've set the standard that they don't need to fill needs on defense, that they believe this team can roll with another offensive weapon. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt. First, I was really angry that night because, I have a philosophy: you never draft a running back in the 1st round, and you never pay them at the end of their first contract. You just don't do it. It backfires in every team's face that does it. It doesn't work. Zeke Elliott, you could just keep naming them all. The last time it worked was like the mid-2000s. You don't pay running backs. So why draft them early? Unless you plan on pounding them into the ground, winning right away, and then it works, because then you can just say, bye-bye, who cares? You're in the trash. Sorry, running backs, but you're trash after 4 years. See you later. We'll draft another one. I'm fine if that's the philosophy. If that's what they're going to do, cool.
And then reaching on Jack Campbell with the 18th pick. I don't hate it as much as I did initially. Again, with the Gibbs thing, I don't hate that as much as I did initially either, but he's a big linebacker from Iowa, 6'5",
he's going to help with the
and a half, 250.
Stop the run. He's going to stuff things.
And he's going to be tough for quarterbacks to throw over with that wingspan and everything like that. Just absolute culture fit for the Lions. Mr. Foot.
He's a Dan Campbell guy. Come on, we have to do it. Cliches. Yeah. Dan Campbell. Everybody's a Dan Campbell guy.
Supposedly, when they had Lucas Van Ness in for an interview, he talked more about Campbell than he did himself, and somehow that sold the front office. So we'll just have to see. Just with Nolan Smith still on the board,
so he's a cannibal. He likes kneecaps.
It's just hard with Nolan Smith still sitting there.
I'm with you. I wanted to take Smith. But he fell as well, so these teams don't all just say, hey, let's pass on somebody that's good. So there's stuff we don't know. We're not in rooms. Like, again, at first I was angry, not with Campbell. I wasn't as angry with Campbell. But the running back thing, I'll never not be angry about it. But that's just something I'm going to have to live with. And if it works, it works. Yay for me. I get to watch the Lions win games. That's all I want in reality. If it backfires, I'm going to be the loudest fucker in the room.
I don't even hate the Laporta pick. I know
again, it's another one he's going to add to the offense.
It was a need.
J-Mo's out 6 weeks. Again, they're going to have guys to get the ball to.
I was just going to say that.
I'm walking all
using him in the slot, using who's the guy they drafted, Gibbs?
Yeah. Let's throw the board up. Boom! Board is up.
Yeah. The one pick that I did love was moving up to 45 to get Brian Branch from Bama
Yeah.
at 45.
Now they got a.
There's a
went
value pick.
From a defensive back room that we all went to a defensive back room now where you're like, is there enough room to play these guys? Like,
There really is.
They all can't hit the field. Like, I mean, Branch is
Tracy
a rookie,
Walker's
expect him
coming
to come
back
out
too.
and light the world on fire. But that's one thing I do love is that they really upgraded
But
the.
two of the 3 free agents are only on 1-year deals.
Yeah,
so
but
they did have to take somebody.
And then Hendon Hooker comes
but
in.
I like it. Yeah, okay. And beyond those picks, I really didn't analyze a whole lot.
I think Broderick's going to play. He's going to help with the run. The other guys, I would lie to you if I said I knew a lot about fucking Colby Sorrell from William and Mary. And Antonio Guin, obviously, you've seen him play at North Carolina, but whatever. But yeah,
right.
Again, going back to the top of the draft, in reality, it will come out in 2-3 years whether it was the right move or not. None of us know. Holmes doesn't know.
When you look
These guys draft every year. There's GMs who take picks and they blow up in their face. Do I think Holmes is getting fired over it? No. Do I think it was a great pick? No. But if it helps them win right now, then it helps them win right now. Like I said, so that's why the Hendon Hooker pick is the one I will always go back to. It doesn't make sense. You take the running back at 12 that's going to help you win now. Why take a quarterback that's not going to play for probably 2 years? That doesn't make sense to me. If you're trying to win now, you're using a premium 3rd-round pick on a guy who can't play for you. It seems like the Lions do that every fucking year too. They take a guy with a premium pick who can't play for you.
Who's injured.
Yeah, he's not going to play. So this year he's not going to play because of the injury probably. And then the following year, if he does play, he's not going to be great. Nobody steps in and plays their first games and is a stud. Like,
just another aside for the Lion fans. Since when are fans not allowed to be critical of draft picks?
Oh, well, Lions fans. Because Holmes went out and had his press conference and told Lions fans they should love everything he's done, and they all slurp up the Kool-Aid.
Well, what GM isn't going to come out and say, this is every guy
exactly.
I wanted? They were at the top of that was the one we wanted. He was at the top of our board for that position.
It's exactly it. But Lions fans, they love
I'm just sick of
the
Lions
Kool-Aid.
fans. Sick of Lions fans saying, well, you can't be critical. You're not the GM. You don't know.
No.
There's a reason Holmes is a GM and you're sitting on your couch. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
It is what it is with the Lions, and their fans will do what they do. Lions fans will always do what they do. It doesn't matter. The majority of the fan base is knuckleheads, and they will buy into everything the Lions do. They don't question anything until it completely falls apart, and then they'll act like they didn't like it. And it's like, okay, come on. Now you're swallowing everything that Holmes is giving you. It's like Holmes said that it's a great pick, and he's not a running back. He's a weapon. We're going to move him here and there and everywhere. Every Lions fan, that's their favorite thing now, is to tell you how much Gibbs is going to move all around the field and create.
He's Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, he's just going to be everywhere and doing all this stuff like they know. It is, in a nutshell, what you deal with the Lions. I hope it works. Again, like I said, if it works, we're all having fun and we're winning games and everybody's happy. If it doesn't, then we're sitting here in 7-8 months going, son of a bitch, look at Jalen Carter and all the production he's giving the Eagles. And we're sitting here with a guy who's doing nothing for us. Hopefully it's not the case, but,
Oh, that's not the case. If you looked at the totality of the picks, minus Hendon Hooker, because I think we can both agree we hate that pick.
I think most intelligent Lions fans shouldn't like it. It doesn't add to a team that's trying to win right now.
Right. But if you look at the other picks, including Broderick Martin, those are guys that are going to play. And they're going to be big contributors going forward. So I really, in the totality of the draft, not so bad. It's where they were taken. That's bothersome to me.
Yeah.
If you would have gotten Gibbs at 28, 30.
Well, I think that's what a lot of people are saying. It's like, did they take 2 second-round picks in the first round, but then again, they took guys who they know that can play for them right now, which is where I fall in that category of, did they take guys too high? Yes. Did they take guys that are going to help them win right now? Yes. I believe. I'm hoping I'm correct.
Yeah, I do too.
The only one is Hooker. They took him in the 3rd round. People had a first-round grade on him before injuries and shit. But he can't help them right now. And this is the team that I think is built to win the next 2 years. And he's not going to be on the field.
For sure.
He's not helping. So that's a premium 3rd-round pick. I think 3rd round and up are all premium picks. He's not going to be the backup this year.
This is Holmes addressing the backup. Oh, yes, he is.
He can't. He's not even medically cleared to play. They said his doctor came out and said he's not medically cleared to play until the first week of the regular season. He can't be the backup.
I know.
Again, it was a wasted 3rd round.
I know. It's what Lion fans are selling me on, trying to sell me on, though, when I say it's a terrible pick.
It was a terrible. Okay, terrible might be over being exaggerating.
No, it was a terrible pick.
It doesn't help them win now.
That's why it's a terrible pick.
It was a super luxury that they don't really have the room for. They're not the Eagles or the Chiefs. They're not built on every position depth at every position to take a quarterback in the 3rd round. A guy that they know isn't going to be playing on the field this year and probably not next year. And if he is playing next year, that means Goff stunk. That means the Lions stunk. And that means we're all pissed off.
Or Goff's dead.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm never going to let it go. It was a stupid pick. And anybody I'll argue with you till the end of days.
Now you're
I don't care. Yeah, it was a dumb pick because it doesn't help them, and I can't help it. I just hate I hate using a premium pick on a guy who can't even get on the field. It doesn't make any sense.
100%.
Other than that, the draft is the draft. It's done. We'll all find out in 2-3 years whether Holmes was the smartest guy in the room or he was the biggest dipshit.
Honestly, I hope Jahmyr Gibbs was the offensive rookie of the year. Jack Campbell's the defensive rookie of the year. Because it means
Holmes isn't.
We're going to be hosting. We're hosting a home playoff game.
Like I said, I think I said after they made those first 2-round picks that the floor now is the NFC title game. Because by making those picks, they're saying we're ready. We're going for it. We're in this to win right now. Which again goes back to why are they taking Hooker? But whatever. So they're in it to win now. As far as I'm concerned, minimum to me is the floor. You got to get to that title game, win the division, get a bye, win 1 game, and you're in there. Go.
I just like trench guys in the draft.
Same here.
We took one.
I'm with you. I don't know. All right, that's all the Lions.
Then we had Then we had Sunday Bloody Sunday yesterday up in East Lansing.
Everybody, Gary's going to overreact on players leaving Michigan State.
The transfer portal finally kicked us in the nuts.
Did it?
Not 1, not 2, but 3 starters from last year's team entered the portal. Hold on, I'll come full circle here. Give me some leeway. We got Thorne. Thorne went first. Then right after that, rumblings of Keon Coleman about to jump into the portal became true. And then Charles Brantley. The one that really hurts to a degree is Keon Coleman. And he's the best playmaker we had coming back. Thorne and Brantley have reportedly been getting outplayed in spring camp, losing reps to the younger guys.
But Mel Tucker's losing in East Lansing.
The scary thing is there's some smoke about Auburn potentially being interested in Peyton Thorne, really high on him.
Whatever.
Okay. Good luck in the SEC, Peyton.
Whatever. I'm of the
Coleman finally got poached after like 2 or 3 years of schools coming after him for a variety of reasons. Jaden Reed's draft status. Repeatedly, he had scouts saying he was held back by poor quarterback play at MSU. So if I'm Coleman and I'm looking around at that, I'm looking around going, I'm the only weapon that this team really has offensively. I'm going to be doubled and bracketed all year long.
I can't.
The appeal
Michigan
of
State fans
a
were
pass-happy offense.
crying about it. I can't. I
The
can't.
appeal of him, like I said, the appeal of him going to a pass happy offense increases production, increases draft stock. Can't really blame him. And money talks. I'm sure he's getting a bigger NIL deal wherever he goes, i.e., Miami, USC, LSU. Those are some of the landing spots that he's been rumored to go to. And the rumor is that there's also the staff is looking at bringing in 2 potential portal receivers. So
That's what you do. Guys leave in the portal, you go out and get new ones. The Michigan State fans, and you jump on Twitter, and they were all. It was like the school burned down.
oh yeah,
Relax, get over it. It is what it is. It happens at every school now. The transfer portal is a joke.
It's just the first time. Like I said, it's the first time it kicked us in the balls.
Transfer portal's a joke. I hate it. There's absolutely zero rules. Everybody just kind of does whatever they want. It's the Wild West. They need to have some kind of. They gotta find some middle ground here, where you can't just have. Oh, I don't want to be here. Boop, 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 gone. What is it? What's the Arizona coach? He's like, pew, 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 explosions. Like you can't. This is you. That's what Michigan State's fan base was like. Pew, one guy left. Pew, 2 guys left. Pew, 3 guys. Explosions were going off in East Lansing. It was like Mel Tucker took a match and lit the whole place on fire and said, "Fuck it." Like they forget what D'Antonio did the last 3 years of his reign. No, he actually took a match and fucking set it all on fire. A couple guys leaving in the transfer portal, and you'd think the world was ending.
Tucker's built some depth up on this roster to where this isn't going to be as big a deal as people are pretending it is.
Call me in August when I start seeing games and I see guys on the field.
Yeah, there is depth on this team that, like I said, we didn't have when Tucker took over. I mean,
no, when some 3-star kid you never heard of all of a sudden he grows an inch and he gains 220 fucking pounds and he becomes a stud.
Trey Mosley, Montori Foster, Jaron Glover, Terrell Henry, Antonio Gates Jr. It's a deep enough room where they can go make plays. Let's be honest. The success of this year's team hinges on the defense's improvement anyway.
Yeah,
if the defense isn't any better than it was last year, we're going to go 7-5. Or sorry, 5-7. Pardon me. At best.
It was the year. This is the transition year. It was always, I believe, that it was the year to get rid of the last, like the guys who were the first class, like that Mel got, that were COVID, where you only could recruit kids over fucking Skype. Like next year, he has to win. Like this year, he still has to win. He can't go out and bomb and be awful. But there was some wiggle room. Next year, there's no wiggle room.
They got a bitch of a schedule.
Yeah, next year, there's no wiggle room. Next year, you got to win 9 games. You got to win more than 9 games. Like, you got to go out and be good. Yeah, but I'm not going to freak out about a couple kids saying, oh, I don't want to go somewhere else. In 2023, everybody does it. Every single school has players leave. Not just Michigan State. Michigan has players leave. USC has players leave. LSU has players leave. Alabama has players leave.
That's one of the guys we're looking to that's on a visit right now as a receiver from Alabama.
And it's going to continue until they either figure out a way to curtail it a little bit. With the money and the transfer not really having any transfer rules, you can just kind of do whatever you want. It really fucks basketball. But it makes basketball almost unwatchable because of the fact that you don't even know who's on your fucking team each year. But that's an argument for another day. The transfer portal's a joke. I'm not going to freak out. We'll see what happens in August until Washington drops fucking 700 yards on us and Penix wins the Heisman.
Like I said, let's be real. We were a 5-7 team last year with these guys, and our strength of schedule right now is the second toughest in the nation. Ceiling with this team was probably 7-5.
The only joy we were going to really get was the first week. I know, maybe the second. When did we play Washington week 3? Once that happens, the season we're all going to be feeling a whole lot different. When Penix and Co. come to town and,
like you said,
he throws for 500
2024
4 TDs. We're not all going to feel the same anymore.
2024, I expect him to challenge for the Big Ten.
Yeah,
and a playoff berth in the new 12-team format. So that's when Tuck's seat starts warming up a little bit. Yeah. Before then,
I'm not calling for his head yet.
This is much to do about nothing.
Well, exactly. But Michigan State fans, you just, oh my God, you'd think somebody's shitting their cornflakes. All right, well, on that note, I got nothing else to add. Lions did what they did. They took players that we all think
Lions fans
will give us productivity this year, so I'm not going to freak out and smash things. But we'll see.
Good thing we didn't do that pot on
We'll
Friday.
see. Yeah, Friday night I was pissed. I was close to it. I was like,
Friday we were ready to smash shit.
But they're win now, which is fine. I'm happy with that. How long have we wanted the Lions to be? They're in a position where they can say it's win now. Well, it's win now. Win now, then, Lions, because if you don't, then I'm gonna smash things.
The trench depth scares me, though.
Yeah, we'll see.
The depth in the trenches scares me.
All right. On that note,
serving up the D.
Serving up the D on this day. The date is wrong in the corner. I didn't change it. My bad. Fuck.
That's right.
Quality show.
White out, just some white
Send
out over in the
it
corner.
to the internet. And tell everyone about us. Bye.